Hey everyone, it's Samantha, and today I wanted to show you how I transform my client's hair from this grown out blonde to a rich chocolate brunette. And as you can see here, she has about 2.5 inches of regrowth, and there is a slight little band of warmth because her base was adjusted, and then those blonde ends. And as you can see here, I start sectioning out my client's hair to add her filler color. And when you transition any client from blonde to brunette, you have to fill those highlights. And however you fill their hair is going to help determine what that underlining pigment will be within your brunette hue. So I decided to fill her ends with shades 6WG. And I did this because I wanted a neutral warmth. I really didn't want any excessive red because we've been doing a very ashy blonde on her. So I knew I wanted to stick to something that was more natural, neutral, more of a golden blonde rather than a more of a golden brown rather than a reddish brunette. So 6WG is great. And the key when you are filling a client, you definitely want to fill them a level or two lighter than what your end results will be. So I'll say that again. You want to fill them about a level lighter than what you want the end results to be. So since I'm filling her with a level 6, I want her end result to be about a 5. And you could take multiple steps with the filling process. So if you wanted to fill her with an 8, rinse, and then fill her with a 6, you totally can. Ready to boost your profits behind the chair? Visit awealthyhairstylist.com today. But I decided to just go straight with a level 6. And as you can see, I start filling around the face first. And the key is you want to make sure those ends are really, really saturated. So as I apply the color, I use my comb to comb through the color. So that way nothing is splotchy, everything is heavily saturated. And I'm not applying this to her regrowth, her natural color. Only to where her hair is highlighted. And I let that process for 25 minutes. And as you can see here, after she was processed, I'm taking her to the shampoo bowl and we are going to do a good wash and rinse and see how those ends looked filled. And as you can see here, I'm towel drying so you could see what those blondes now look like. And I would say they've probably been filled to maybe about a level 7. And I like the tone. It's definitely not as blonde as it was, and it's filled and has a light warmth reflex. And as you can see here, this is it air dried. I am going to towel dry her hair really well, and now I'm going to move forward with her second color application. And for her second color, I am choosing Goldwell's Colorants. I love, love, love Colorants. Their colors are beautiful, so much shine, so much depth, and I decided to do Colorants shades 5N and 5MB. And MB is a green based, it's a matte brown, so it's more of a softer natural brunette. And the 5N is obviously a cool brunette and can help with gray coverage. But I am applying this with the Goldwell's 7 volume developer that's especially meant for their Colorants brand. And as you can see here, I started around the face first. I am applying this color to her roots and pulling through all the way through her ends and combing it through along the way. Saturation is key. The hair needs to be really, really saturated, really wet. You don't want to make sure there's no blotchiness that can happen. And so I will apply at the roots and keep applying mid to ends and making sure all of it is fully saturated, and I will let this sit for about 25 minutes. When filling your client's hair from changing their tone from blonde to brunette, it allows the color to last a lot longer and to fade more on tone with what the filler color is. And like I said before, we filled with Shades EQ 6WG and I used I use 7 volume with that. And then now I'm moving forward with Goldwell's Colorants 5N and 5MB. And so once this processed for about 25 minutes, we did take her to the shampoo bowl. And did do a shampoo, a wash, and I towel dried her ends. And I felt like her ends just needed a little bit more deposit. The color on her ends didn't stick as much as I really wanted to, and I didn't want to fade so quickly. So at the bowl, I mixed up Shades EQ 4N and 5N equal parts. And I literally just glossed her ends for about 5 minutes just to deposit a little bit more pigment. Her roots into the mids were perfect. So it was just those slight ends that I felt I wanted a little bit more depth. And this was her end result. Once we rinsed out the color at the bowl, we gave her a nice haircut and a blowout. And there you go. No more highlights. And it's a rich brunette, which I love. And it's kind of like a golden brown. It's not very red, it's very neutral, but she was so happy with how much shine it was. She thought that it was going to be very matte and flat, but Colorants has like the most gorgeous shine to the hair as possible, and it's going to last her for quite a few washes. So I'm so excited for this change, and I hope you enjoyed this.